If I have a chance to connect with one person in the world that I don't know yet, I would love to connect with Richard Branson. And the reason why we had the 34 people today is because every day 34 people commit suicide.
Thank you so much. Let's
Good
go.
luck! My name is Hoon. I'm from South Korea and I'm working for the Stella Foundation for helping suicide prevention and depression awareness in South Korea. Stella Foundation is a foundation for helping South Korea to talk openly about mental health and suicide prevention. We do awareness, education, and treatment, but normally when our job is, since we are not expert, we go to school or work, doing a workshop that we can link between, making a bridge between the student and for the expert and the counselor, that it's okay to ask for help. So we're changing the perspective of the people who think mental health is really taboo or stigma. We're breaking that for helping South Korea can be ask for help. 5 years ago, my mother passed away to depression. It was very hard to accept this because my mom was looks healthy and she's beautiful, but she taking her own life, which was for me was really shocking. I couldn't believe it. But more serious things, like she couldn't talk to us that she was having suffering from depression, so we couldn't help her. I feel so miserable that I couldn't help her while she was suffering. At the same time, after she died, as a family member like me and my father and my brother, we couldn't talk to other people that she committed suicide because we feel it was like kind of taboo, and I don't want other people think like of my mother in a different way. So I really wanted to avoid it, but since I couldn't speak about it, inside it was really hurting and suffering. So even, of course, like my beloved mom died is also very sad, but more sad is I couldn't speak to other person about that happening. So whenever something talk about my mom's like cause of death, I say it was a car accident. I wanted to do for my mother and to helping people who is suffering from depression and like to speak up, starting the foundation called Stella Foundation. Stella means star in Latin, and it also means of my mom's Christian name. Like when we see the stars, we see the hope. I cycle for the awareness of depression and depression, and to fundraising for our foundation. I cycle over 6,000 kilometers in Africa. Since last year, I came back to Korea and we started to do some campaign called ReOk Day. Oh. It's in World Suicide Prevention Day, so September 10th. People keep saying that, oh, Jae-hoon, you're doing something great thing, like you're doing such a good thing, but I never started because it's a good thing. And still, I don't think I'm doing a good thing. The reason why I started is because I was hurting. It was really uncomfortable to living like this. It's not about good things. It's about what it's supposed to be. When you feel something hurting inside, you should ask for help. This really makes me to keep doing it. I really want to be confident in my life, not to ashamed or hiding or anything, because this is who am I and who we are living in this world. I don't think mental health shouldn't treat it like, oh, you're doing a good thing. It's supposed to be what it should be. I'm really happy what I'm doing, and I think this is like kind of mission that I really wanted to overcome to myself and to wishing to the people who is suffering it and for the family member as well. Yeah, what makes me happy? Definitely when I dance salsa or bachata.
Latin dance?
Latin dance
You
is.
dance?
I dance so well. No, I love dancing. So I was traveling in Latin America, and in Colombia I got a wedding invitation, and I really wanted to see how the wedding looks like. And compared with Korean wedding, we just go there celebrating the lunchtime and eating the meal and say goodbye and giving the 5만 원 or 10만 원 to them. But they were like partying like all night. And what really surprising me was like both parents, between like all the family, they were dancing together with whole family. We feel such uncomfortable even like shaking hand, like, you know, it's really something, there's a big wall between them. But they were dancing all day. And I was really shocked. There was like one grandmother and dancing with like my age. I was like, what's going on here? And then I asked them, who is that guy? And then they say it was a grandson, you know, her grandson. So that really touching me. Have I ever danced with my grandmother or even my family, even with my brother? I don't know. I have no idea when I really danced like that. So when I came back to Korea, I started to learn dancing and really wanted to do something like fun life. And on the 80s of my grandmother's birthday, even though they were like, when I started doing it, they were like judging, hey Jae-hoon, you should study, what are you doing, you know? You're dancing with girl, like, oh my god, my grandson. But when her birthday, I danced salsa with her, and I start to, you know, spin her. And then she was so happy, and my grandfather came to me and, hey Jae-hoon, teach me how to do that. You know, that moment I feel really satisfied. I feel really happy. That moment that I could share my passion and the meaning, what I personal meaning of real family should be, that I saw in Colombia and bring back in Korea in my family, was really unforgettable moment of my happiness. The media keeps showing me as like a good guy. I'm not a good guy, you know. A really bad guy. Not a bad guy. I mean, like I am a human being, you know. I really want to keep more mistake so I can grow more, but that I feel if I do some mistake, maybe this foundation or what I'm doing of other job would affect that, make myself more not going forward, to keep me just being there. That's what I feel most afraid of. Yeah. If I have a chance to connect with one person in the world that I don't know yet, I would love to connect with Richard Branson. He's the founder of the Virgin Group, and he, like Virgin Group, successfully like world leading the best company in the world.
They're amazing.
Yeah, but how his leadership, I really wanted to admire and wanted to know him very well, because when he say about like the reason of the Virgin successful, he said because he was not good enough. You know, since he realized that he's not good enough, he found the person who is better than him. Ask him help, ask for help. That's why he has the best member. That is why Virgin is great. Because I'm sure like not only me, like people in general wants to be in a good, you know. But he really break everything of my perspective, what a good leader should be. The media trying to be me as like a holy person, you know. Oh, this young guy who is very like only 20, made a foundation, doing such a good thing in the world. I don't like this. This is not who I am. I'm sure like when you grow up, there's many things that you feel something is like choking you. But Virgin Group, you know, he's like really big guy, but he still act like child, which I feel the life should be like that. Be wise means like, I think he has like more things that they can understand it, but also ready to learn something new. And since the Virgin Group can be more like creativity and like going in so many different things.
That's shit.
Yeah, he just put the ship on the, you know, space.
Yeah, he just did it.
Yeah, you also saw it?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I saw it today. I was like, wow, these guys.
What the?
And then did you see his like child's this
Yeah.
like smile?
It's like a child.
Yeah.
Childlike smile.
Exactly, childlike smile. That was like, wow. He has such a pure, you know. Even if he doesn't, I believe that I want to work something on him. The creativity is not just something new, but people can make it everybody with their own vision.